Alrighty, so I found a nice screen recorder app here on my phone, and I think it'll work pretty well. It's called like Do Recorder or something like that. But so this is my phone, and I've got my Android application installed here somewhere under Applications. Here we go, and right now it's just called TBS Game, but it stands for Turn-Based Strategy Game. But eventually it'll have a better name once I get further along with it. Let's go ahead and start that here. And yeah, I kind of had to rush to that other video there at the end just because Screencast-O-Matic limits me to like 15 minutes, but that covered everything there in the project. So here we go, we've got our basic UI, and it's actually kind of nice. I could run this just by plugging it into my work computer, and I can just run and debug it straight off there. But here we go, this is actually running just completely detached from my computer. So what we'll do, it's got this welcome screen. This is going to be the start screen UI. It's going to be a similar UI that players will be able to get to, or at least, I don't know if it'll be exactly similar, but there'll definitely be like a menu that they can access, with like a button maybe in the top right later on. But nevertheless, let's see, so we've got our play button and a quit button. So let's go ahead and test the quit button. If we tap that, then it will actually quit the application. Now, if we start it again, it will actually restart. But the only interesting thing I noticed is that if I use that application.quit, it doesn't actually remove it from the recents list. So it's still there, and we can actually, but whenever we go back to it, it restarts it. So it ends the application, but it doesn't clear it out. And what I was reading is that it will eventually clear that out, but not immediately there. So it basically leaves that up to the Android OS. But I might be able to find some way to get around that. I'll just have to do a little more digging there. But so we'll press our play button though to go ahead and go to the test map. And here we have it. We've got our game. I can scroll around using my finger. I'm using my thumb right now. And one thing I didn't mention earlier with the somehow with the project build settings, I set it to where it's always going to be in a horizontal view, because when it switches to vertical view, it just doesn't look as good, and I feel like this game will need to be played in a horizontal view anyways. But I may find a way to be able to have players just use auto rotate, but I'll have to do a little playing with that. But we can like pinch on the screen there. If you put two fingers on the screen and then move them together or apart, it will actually zoom in and out, and you can zoom way out and way in. And this performs actually really well. There's the occasional glitch somehow where it will do like a really fast scrolling move to the left or right, but overall it works pretty good. See, like just did it then. So here we go. So we've got our map here. So it's a basic grass map, and these two sprites here, the knight and the castle there, are just hanging out. They don't do anything yet, but hopefully whenever I tap the castle in the future, it will go to a context menu, or well, a shop actually, to buy new units. But here we go. So now if I tap, you can see as I'm tapping these tiles, it's actually changing the color of those tiles to black. If I tap another tile, what this represents, if it's black, that means it's selected, and if it's not black, then it means it's not selected. And that's based off of the isSelected variable that's on each of the scripts attached to these different objects. And that's just a basic test. I'll probably, in reality, it'll probably be either a border color that I'll put around it somehow, or they'll just turn slightly grayed out, like just to represent that they're selected. But here we go. And if you tap a selected tile, it will deselect it. That way that they don't have to have at least one tile selected at a time. And then whenever you tap another tile, it deselects that other tile and then selects this tile that I currently clicked on there, or touched, I guess. Yeah, but that should wrap up what I've got so far. Oh, I think that's about it. Alright, so I can figure out how to pause that.